Hi, I'm Mark Teschner for Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network. For every series regular role that I'm casting, it's not unusual to get 1,000, 1,200 photos and resumes submitted for that specific role. So the photo and resume is really the actor's calling card, and it's really crucial. You want to have a photo that looks like you. You want a photo that really looks like you at your best, not how you think you can look under ideal lighting and makeup conditions, but one that really captures the essence of who you are when you walk in the room. Every actor is unique and special, and each one of you guys has to feel that you're unique and special, and that if you have a shot that looks like you as opposed to an image you wish you could look like, that's what I'm looking for. You have to trust that you're unique and interesting, because I have very few pet peeves as a casting director, but I would say one of them is an actor that doesn't resemble their photo. Because when an actor comes in and they don't look like their photo, I feel like they've gotten in under false advertising. And I was looking or expecting one thing in relation to the role I'm casting, and oftentimes, if there's no correlation, it makes me difficult after the audition to remember who that actor is specifically if I don't have a visual that helps me connect. The flip side of that is, by not having a photo and resume that looks like you, you might actually miss out on an audition where if you looked like your photo, you would actually have gotten in on that one. So you have to just trust that you're unique and special. I want a shot that's well lit, that's very present. I don't really respond to shots where the actor's trying too hard to sell an attitude or who they are. I like shots where the actor trusts who they are, and you can see it in the eyes. As far as the resume, it really just depends. If it's a young actor, chances are they're going to have a less substantial resume than established actors who have been doing this for 10, 15, and 20 years. So I really cut a lot of slack in terms of that whole 16 to 25-year-old. I'll see many actors with minimal credits, and oftentimes their first credit will be a major role on our show because the timing was right. I'm not doing my job if I don't bring actors in that only have major credits on their resume. Part of my job is to discover talent, is to find talent, and oftentimes get to that talent before somebody else does. So that is something that your resume is what it is. You just have to keep studying and training. You need to put down that training. Casting directors look at the training. We want to see that somebody is training, that they're serious about their craft. Those are the kind of actors we want to meet, and those are the kind of actors that get in the door. As you get older and more into the profession, you hope that your resume grows with you, because it does become more difficult in your 30s and 40s to get in on roles if you don't start to have substantial bodies of work on your resume, simply because you're competing with more established actors who we are aware of, whose work we know. That doesn't mean you can't get the opportunity. New faces come in every day and people get breaks every day. All I'm saying is you really want to be as focused on working and building that resume as you can, because ultimately that is the calling card. And the deeper you get into it, the more impact that resume is going to have than if you're a 20-year-old just starting out. But my job is to look at every photo and resume that comes across my desk, and in fact, I do. And it's very exciting to me to bring in an actor who I've never met before, who I have no knowledge of, and they really do something special. They're an actor that will appear on the show at some point or another. Doesn't mean they'll get the role they read for, but if I like an actor, they get saved, they get put on file, and it's not unusual that I bring them in for something else. Or oftentimes, I'll hire the actor that read for me for one role for another role. I've even had situations where actors have read for series regular roles. They didn't get the series regular role. I put them in a smaller recurring role that wasn't going to be necessarily as substantial. The series regular role that they read for ended up not lasting very long, and that recurring role ended up turning into a substantial major role. So I tell actors, you just have to roll with what's given. You just take a roll of the dice. You go in, you do the work. You may not get a given role that day, but it doesn't mean the casting director didn't respond to you. It doesn't mean you won't have another opportunity to read for us. And it also doesn't mean you won't have another opportunity to get a job. So just come in and make it about doing the work, not booking the job. That's kind of out of your control. The only thing an actor has control over is their talent and their dignity. Those are two things no one can take away from you. And if you leave an audition feeling like you did your best and you really put your stamp on it and you did good work, That's all that's required of you. You could be too tall, too short, too intense, not intense enough. There are so many factors that go into the casting process. The only one you have control over is your work. So let that be your legacy when you leave the casting office. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network.